All right, this is 11518 North Virginia Avenue, Kansas City, Missouri. Front yard, front of the house here, driveway. So came through and got a look at the roof. Basically what we look for on our inspections, we're looking at degranulation of the shingle on the field of the shingle. We're looking for cracks. We're looking for hail damage. We're looking for mold, seal failure, a bunch of different things. On this roof itself, we'll start right here. So there's cracking. And if you look closely at the field of the shingle, what we're looking for is what percentage of granules are missing from the field of the shingle. Right, so you'll notice this one's a little bit better. And right next to it, quite a bit worse. You can see all the dark black spots. All that black is the matting. These granules, their job is to be a UV protectant. The sun will just bake these shingles. It'll cause them to crack, it'll cause seal failure, they'll start holding water and you'll get mold. All kinds of stuff will happen. So the granules are very important. Everyone kind of has their own perspective of when you should replace a roof from degranulation. You kind of hear people argue about it all the time. Roofers will tell you 30 to 50%, somewhere in there you replace the roof. And in this case, this roof is around, I would say 40 to 50% degranulated. So roughly half of the granules have come off of these shingles. So they're not being as effective anymore resisting water and sun. So I would say the roof actually does need replaced. It does have cracking, does have blistering, has a lot of the basic issues you would run into. Pipe boot looks like it is in decent shape overall. There is a little bit of hail damage up here. It's quite a bit older than some of the stuff we would expect to see from the last few years, but there is a little bit of hail damage. The chimney itself, you can see there's a little bit of algae and everything growing in here. That's from it holding water. So it's soaking water here. The flashing here is not sitting flat on the deck like it's supposed to, so that's installed incorrectly. That has to be replaced. That'll cause it to leak. You can see it's holding water there. So that flashing needs to be laid back flat the way it was supposed to be. You could just seal and paint your cap here on your chimney. Got a flat roof section over here. Oh, I didn't even see that earlier. There's holes in that flashing. It needs all new flashing around the chimney, I would say. That's the easiest way to do that. And the siding was installed incorrectly, but that's another thing. Yeah, you got holes going through the shingles here. You got holes going through the shingles there. Same thing back here, about somewhere around that 30 to 40% degranulated. You can see some warping here. I don't know how well you can see it in the video. Warping's usually from an old leak, or it could be a ventilation issue. Probably an old leak, because it looks like it's got pretty good ventilation up here, actually. If there's any, can't really look. No. Overall, about the same all the way through. You can see the humps in the roof all the way along there. So they're not in, not in incredible shape, but the shingles are the biggest thing you have to watch. This decking, of course, is important to know what's going on with the roof and the ventilation, or, condition it's in, but the shingles is the biggest one that we watch for sure. I would actually say, I think it's slightly better on the backside. It's not quite as degranulated back here. So that's a positive thing. And this is probably about 20 to 30% degranulated. That's a little worse right there. Right around 30% degranulated again. So I think that's the recurring theme. And then this part here, you can see it's significantly darker right there than it is over here. And that's mold. Yeah, I mean, you look side by side, they're not even similar in color. So for some reason, this aged way faster than this did, and it's holding water, which is causing it to mold, which is really strange. that it would do that to one side really bad, but none of the other ones. Yep. There you go. And there's your roof. So, you know, the synopsis of this thing is pretty straightforward. Does it need a roof replacement? Yeah, it does. It is in kind of rough shape. Flashing is really bad. Chimney needs some repair work done to it. They did not put on their porch cover correctly. They just nailed it into the roof. That's a really bad idea. It should have been freestanding out there on posts. So that needs fixed. Got some shingle damage around it that needs fixed. If you're going to go that far, of course, yeah, just replace the roof, because this is holding water. This is degranulated. That's tore up. That flashing's wrong. So anyways, there it is. If you have any questions, let me know.